Get it rocking. All right, we are live. Let's go. Episode 13 of I'm So Beastly Trivia. As you can tell by the title, every answer starts with the letter D. So let's get it going. I'm Mr. Richard, and we are going to spin to see how many questions we have in this episode. 8, 13, and 21. Of course, it's on the Fibonacci sequence. 5 is not enough. 34 is way too many. So here we go. All right, we have 13 questions starting with the letter D. All right. And if you've never played with us before, I also spin a wheel to see how many points each question is worth. From 1 to 233. There are consequences. So if you do get a question incorrect, you subtract those points. If you get it correct, add that bad boy to your total, and we'll see how many we have at the end. I may actually keep this tabulated this time, so we'll see. All right, question 1 is going to be worth. Oh, okay, woo, 55 points, not bad. Let's mark that bad boy down. 55, excellent. All right. Let's close that. Let's shuffle them up. All right, question 1. Some of these are going to be easy. Some of these will be harder. This first one depends probably on your region of the country, United States. But number 1 for 55 points. What cooking technique involves submerging food in very hot fat? What cooking technique involves submerging food in very hot fat? This is a very common, way of cooking, especially at carnivals, fairs, all that. Sometimes turkey on Thanksgiving keeps it real moist and juicy. You know what I'm saying? Keeps it real good. And us being from the South, we definitely know. I can see them ripping through the comments on TikTok. So we'll go ahead with the answer. Question 1, what cooking technique involves submerging food in very hot fat? That would be deep fried. Deep fried. So 55 points if you said deep fried. Minus 55 if you, in fact, did not say deep fried. All right. Question 2. I have 21 questions written down, of course, because we do up to 21 questions. So I may bounce around depending. 8 points. Here we go. 8 points for question 2. But yeah, these point values have absolutely nothing to do with the difficulty of the question. All right, question 2. What is the second smallest state in the United States? All right, what is the second smallest state in the United States? I'm sure some of you are thinking Denver or Disco or another place that starts with the letter D. Those would be cities in a dance form, not a state. But yeah, that's basically it. There's only, maybe one state that starts with the letter D anyway. And it is tiny. It's a pretty dope state, actually. I've been there. It is on the coast, East Coast. But question 2 for 8 points. What is the second smallest state in the United States? That would be Delaware. All right, that would be Delaware. Okay, Delaware Blue Hens. That is the mascot of the college there. Okay, so through 2 questions, we have a total of 63 points. And let's see what we have for question 3. Oh, unbelievable. 1 point for question 3. Hey, it is what it is, it happens. It happens like that. Okay. So for 1 point, this is one of my favorites. For 1 point, what is an instrument native to Australia? For 1 point, what is an instrument native to Australia? Fun fact, I used to live in Australia, lived there for about 8 months, worked on a potato farm for a day, worked on a lavender farm for a couple weeks. Pretty dope. Worked as a food runner, made some decent coin. Really awesome place. Really awesome place. But it is it was, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. It's definitely a place that I would love to live full time once again. Well, forever. Absolutely fabulous. Top tier. Yes, for 1 point. Question 3, what is an instrument native to Australia? And that would be the didgeridoo. All right, that would be the didgeridoo. If you have never heard of a didgeridoo before, or have but don't really know what it is, it's a weird looking, super long instrument that's played kind of like a guitar through your mouth or something. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I think it has strings. But anyway, it's kind of cool to hear. It's like, I don't know what that was. Something came up and someone asked me to do something with them. I'm not real sure what that is. TikTok is interesting. Thank you for whoever asked me that. You know, it is what it is. All right, question 4. Moving on. Let's see if we can get one that is going up in points, not down. Can't go down from 1. Well, you could, but not on this wheel. Not on this wheel. This wheel has no zeros. We have 21. Excellent number 21 is. Let's see. Ooh, this is a fun one. Yeah, we'll do this one. 21 points. Question 4. All right. What electronic component allows current to flow in only one direction? Harry Styles, Niall Horan, Liam, the other dude with the black hair, the other guy as well. One Direction, great band. All right. Question 4. What electronic component allows current to flow in only one direction? All right, all you ladies out there obsessed with this band, y'all should know what it is. They talk about this at every single concert that I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of them. I see a lot of answers coming through. Those are definitely incorrect since they do not start with the letter D. But it is what it is. I'm assuming that everybody in the playing along is doing this off of their own dome and not looking up the answers. That would be fabulous. But of course, full trust to everyone out there playing. And thank you for playing. It makes it all so much more fun for I and you, of course. Anyway, sorry, question 4. I get sidetracked quite easily. All right, what electronic component allows current to flow in only one direction? That would be a diode. Diode. All right, yes, we do learn some things here on I'm So Beastly Trivia. That is something that I was unaware of, but am not anymore. A diode. Ooh, interesting. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's go. Let's ride. Let's rock. 89 points. All right, so we're definitely not going to ask either one of those 2 prepared questions for this one. All right, so for 89 points, we're going backwards. I started writing the questions on the last page of a notebook, so we're actually moving backwards to go forwards. It's great, isn't it? I love it. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. For 89 points, question 5. What is the study of trees? What is the study of trees? Yeah, I love trees. I was cutting a few of them last night on RuneScape. Had to get my wood cutting up as I was raising my fletching skill, you know, because I'm doing it all myself, right? RuneScape's such a good game. Oh, it's such a good game. I almost asked a couple questions tonight about RuneScape, but I decided not to. You know, since I do have an entire episode about RuneScape, I was trying not to, you know, completely flood the market with RuneScape, but I could because it's fabulous. Anyway, question 5. What is the study of trees? That would be dendrology. Dendrology. All right. So, question 6, moving on. Oh, arg. All right, 34. Okay, question 6 is for 34 points. Ooh, this is a fun one. This is a fun question. Okay. In fact, I see some comments there. If you have been getting them incorrect, you are going down the slope instead of staying neutral. This is the game of consequences, people. There are consequences for incorrect answers. Question 6, 34 points. What is the only U.S. city where you can drive south and get to Canada? What is the only U.S. city where you can drive south and get to Canada? It's very cool. It's an interesting city. I actually went there for the first time to see SummerSlam. Yes, I'm a huge WWE fan. Mostly, I'm a huge wrestling fan. WWE has lost my attention slightly, but you know, I still talk about it. We still talk about it. Huge Austin Theory fan. Huge fan of Dolph Ziggler. He's moved on, of course. Roman Reigns, love him. 850, what's up? But yeah, anyway, question 6, 34 points. What is the only city in the U.S. where you can drive south and get to Canada? Stone Cold Steve Austin is the GOAT. That would be Detroit. Detroit, Michigan. Right? Interesting city on the river. Really cool. Check it out. The suburbs of Detroit. Super cheap housing in the suburbs of Detroit. And absolutely gorgeous. Fun fact about Detroit, or right outside of Detroit, they have the most Tudor-style homes still standing in the United States. Really epic. Really cool. Fascinating fact there. All right. So that was question 6, 34 points. Answer Detroit. All right. Let's see. Question 7 is going to be worth 1 point. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yes. Interesting. For 1 point, question 7. What word means to reduce in size or to shrink? What word means to... Oh my. Squeeze me. What word means to reduce in size or to shrink for 1 point? I see all these coming across. I will not accept them because it's more descriptive. It's more specific. What word means to reduce in size or to shrink? I will accept 2 answers here. My hair's got a mind of its own today. It's sticking up all over the place. All over the place. Unreal. Unreal. All right. What word? Yes, for 1 point. Question 7. What word means to reduce in size or to shrink? I'll take 2. That would be diminish, or I would also accept decrease. So either one of those, if you got it correct, give yourself 1 point. If you got it incorrect, take away 1 point. Yes. Yes, indeed. Question 8. We are cruising for 34 points. Okay, not bad. Oh, wait a second. Wait one gosh darn second. Okay, 34 points. Epic. Excellent. Ooh, this is a good question. I really like this question because it is actually unknown to most that these plants have this capability. Question 8 for 34 points. What bitter herb, commonly referred to as a weed, is known to treat ailments of the liver? What bitter herb, commonly referred to as a weed, is known to treat ailments of the liver? This can be eaten in a salad. This can be drank as a tea. It's actually quite refreshing. It almost has a coffee type smell to it. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. But yes, it is far more beneficial than you are led to believe. It is referred to as one of the most invasive weeds to ever hit a yard, when in fact it is one of the most beneficial herbs to ever hit the body. Right? Question 8. What bitter herb, commonly referred to as a weed, is known to treat ailments of the liver? That would be a dandelion. Dandelion. A dandelion stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Right? Dandelion. Okay. I'm feeling dandy too. Oh, hello. All right, we got 13 points for question 9. This is a fun one. This next one will be a fun one. It's an obvious one, perhaps. Yeah, I won't make it. I'll ask this. Okay, question 9 for 13 points. Who is credited with the theory of evolution by natural selection? Who is credited with the theory of evolution by natural selection? And this is for 89. No, the next one's for 89 points. This is for 13 points. All right. I didn't write it down. We'll say I think it's for 13. It is what it is. All right. This is also the name, and I will give a second question. This is also the name of a character on the show, The Amazing World of Gumball. Also a fabulous show. Absolutely love that show. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. It has a ton of different animation styles. It's absolutely fabulous. And this character is in fact a fish swimming up and about and whatnot. But yeah, he was adopted by the cat and the bunny, and he gets into all these. He shenanigans, and then he shenanigans again, and gets into all these different situations with Gumball. But I'm getting off on a rant, and I definitely enjoy the show, but let's get back to the task at hand. Anyway, who is credited with the theory of evolution by natural selection, also known as a character on The Amazing World of Gumball? That would be Darwin, or more specifically, Charles Darwin. So, yes, I will in fact allow that. And that was question 9 for 13 points. Question 10, I've already spun the wheel I jumped the gun, and it is worth 89 points. Now, what will we ask? I am looking. We'll find it. This one's fun. Okay, here we go. For 89 points, question 10. All right. What is the name of... Let me rephrase this. Where is the most famous oracle in Greek mythology from? Or rather, where is the most famous oracle in Greek mythology located? That's a better way to put it. Where is the most famous oracle in Greek mythology located? Yes, it reminds me of a city in India. However, it is not a city in India, spelled slightly different. But, you know, 'tis what it is. Greek mythology, once again, showing up on our trivia episodes. It is definitely something worth looking into for any and all. Yeah, I should look more into it. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked again. Oh man, I could get sidetracked so much. Whoa, heyo. My chair's getting wobbly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I need to figure that one out. Might need to screw some screws tighter. Yeah, that's probably it. All right. Where were we? Yes. Question 10 for 89 points. Where is the most famous oracle in Greek mythology located? That would be Delphi. The oracle at Delphi. Right? Known to essentially grant you what you ask for while also like cursing you at the same time. Something along those lines. It's like a seer, but has other powers. I don't know specifics, but it sounds about right. All right, spinning again. Question 11. Oh, no, butterscotch. All right, 1 point. Question 11 is worth 1 point. And I think it's finally time we ask this question. Yes, this one's very simple. Most of everybody should know this. All right. Who is Harry Potter's biggest rival at Hogwarts? All right. Question 11, 1 point. Who is Harry Potter's biggest rival at Hogwarts? And I will only accept first and last names. All right, they both end up playing Quidditch, right? They both end up becoming seekers. If you don't know what a seeker is, it is the person who chases the golden snitch. If you don't know what the golden snitch is, it's a golden ball with wings that flies around. If you don't know what wings are, then drink a Red Bull and it will give them to you. Anyway, backtracking. Who is Harry Potter's biggest rival at Hogwarts? That would be Draco Malfoy. He's pretty dope. He's a pretty dope dude. I like his blonde hair. I'm thinking about bleaching my hair blonde. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that would actually be really cool. Long hair, bleach blonde. Epic. Man, I got some phrase going up and about. Whatever. It is what it is. Another 13. Man, 13 is popular today. Okay, for 12 points. This one's pretty simple. I'll allow it. Check that. Question 12 for 13 points. What country's people are known as Danes? What country's people are known as Danes? Yes, Danish great pastries, by the way. This country produces fabulous pastries, um, specifically of the cheese variety. I adore them. I also enjoy cherry ones. Those are also really good. But yeah, the Danish, super good. But Danes, the show The Last Kingdom, super good show. Uhtred, the main character, he's a Dane, but he's also a Saxon, kind of, fights for both companies, both kingdoms, and goes back and forth, but also like tries to help everybody, but does what's best for him. Great show. Check it out. By the way, absolutely love it. And getting back, question 12 for 13 points. What country's people are known as Danes? That would be Denmark. That'd be Denmark. Okay, we are coming in on the last question. All right, I'm going to give this question out. And while it is being racked in the brain, I will be tallying up the possible points. Question 13 is actually worth 13 points. It's actually worth 13 points as well. Okay, let's see. All right. I like this one. Question 13 for 13 points. All right. What famous Renaissance polymath painted The Last Supper? What famous Renaissance polymath painted The Last Supper? And for those of you who do not know what polymath is, that just means someone who is good at many fields of knowledge, essentially. All right, we're going to tally these up, and then we'll be back. 86, 99. Two. 11, 12. 312 plus 34 is 346. Plus 13, 359. Wow, low round, unless I'm leaving something out. So, for 13 questions, total of 359 points. All right. But let's get to question 13. Question 13, who is the famous Renaissance polymath who painted The Last Supper? That would be Da Vinci, otherwise known as Leonardo da Vinci, otherwise known as one of the Ninja Turtles, otherwise known as a man who thoroughly loves pizza and is trained by a magical rat in sewers. Very, very well-rounded man Da Vinci was. Polymath indeed. All right, that has been episode 13. All answers start with D of I'm So Beastly Trivia. If you liked that, you may check out my other podcast. I would say probably not necessarily made for kids. It's called I'm So Beastly. It's more of a spiritual / self-growth type of podcast. Highly enjoyable. I'm probably going to record an episode right after this on the lost city of Atlantis. And that'll be up shortly today, tomorrow, somewhere around there. Also, if you just enjoy this and Want to see what else I've done? I have also written books. I have 2 books that are able to be purchased if you want. If not, it's up to you. They're written in stream of consciousness. They're pretty dope, I think. Those links are in the description below. Check them out. Don't check them out. Whatever. Yeah. Pretty much it. It's been real, and I will catch y'all next time. Ta-ta, kittens.